Sales Flyer Palooza, Yoda navigates. Google talks back. Vita launch date released and Blu-ray spending is up. I'm Haley Mosca, Web Marketing Coordinator with Petra, and it's time for the Petra 5 in 5. I've searched high and low for the 5 hottest stories of the week, so let's go. Like I told you last week, Petra's gone Sales Flyer crazy, and if you haven't checked out all of the awesome Sales Flyer on the Petra website, what are you waiting for? In addition to our brand new AudioVox Flyer and Back to School Flyer, you don't want to forget about our incredible Mobile AV Flyer, which is packed full of the hottest mobile AV deals around. You can check out all of Petra's current flyers on the Petra website at petra.com/current-email, where it's easy to shop the flyer by simply clicking on any item that piques your interest. It'll take you straight to the product page. If last month's introduction of a Darth Vader voice skin for Garmin was a little too intimidating for you, never fear, Yoda has arrived to guide you to your destination with his cryptic words of wisdom. Available at Spotted Owl's GPS app shop, the skin gives direction using Yoda's speech patterns. For instance, left you should turn. And although ardent Star Wars fans may notice a little is lacking in the voice mimicking, it's pretty good. Yoda is joined by Obi-Wan Kenobi voice clips from the movies, as well as sound effects. When you reach your destination, the musical score comes on and you're reminded that the Force will be with you. I know that Star Wars devotees are eating this up. Google has finally had enough of the legal needling they've been taking from Apple, Oracle, and Microsoft, and their chief legal counsel, David Drummond, took to the company's official blog, accusing the three of waging a hostile, organized, anti-competitive campaign against Android through, quote, dubious and bogus patents, end quote. With Apple recently blocking the sale of the Samsung Galaxy Tab in Australia, Microsoft collecting licensing payments from at least 5 Android vendors, and Oracle suing Google over use of Java, it seems like the pressure became too much for Drummond to silently take any longer. Drummond bemoaned that Google's rivals bought Nortel patents to, quote, make sure Google didn't get them while seeking $15 licensing fees for every Android device, attempting to make sure it is more expensive to license Android, which we provide free of charge, than Windows Mobile, and even suing Barnes & Noble, HTC, Motorola, and Samsung. Patents were meant to encourage innovation, but lately they're being used as weapons to stop it, end quote. Microsoft, Oracle, and Apple argue that Google and Android vendors have stolen their intellectual property, and hey, should they really look like the bad guys when they're simply more consistent with patenting ideas than Google, who's always kind of set the tone that their software shouldn't be patentable? Also, if you look at history, Google's kind of being the pouty kid in the corner that didn't get their way. They had their chance to license Java from Sun for $100 million before it was purchased by Oracle, and they opted not to. They bid on the Nortel patents that they're up in arms about being dubious and bogus, and lost. And when Microsoft tried to pair with them to jointly bid on some Norvell patents, they turned down their offer. So, although the blog post was titled, quote, when patents attack Android, quote, maybe it should have been titled, Android gets cranky when it feels bitter regret. Looks like Sony's new portable handheld gaming device will miss the holiday retail season, at least in the US. The PlayStation Vita is set to go on sale in Japan by the end of the year, launching in the US and Europe in early 2012 with the price of $250. With features including a 5-inch display, motion controls, and touchpads on both its screen and rear side, Sony feels that the price point is still on target in spite of Nintendo's recent drastic price cut to the 3DS, putting the Vita at more than $80 higher than Nintendo's unit. Said Kaz Hirai, head of gaming operations and consumer electronics, quote, we've packed so much into the device and made it affordable. There's no need to lower the price just because someone else that happens to be in the video game business decided that they were going to, end quote. When comparing to the 3DS, Hirai said that the Vita is targeted at a completely different market and doesn't consider Nintendo handheld to be a direct competitor. In years past, that has been true, with Nintendo being for more casual gamers and PlayStation Portables for serious gamers. But with the prevalence of portable gaming now on cell phones and portable media players, it'll be interesting to see who truly competes with whom. The Digital Entertainment Group, aka DEG, mid-year 2011 home entertainment report is in, indicating that while overall consumer spending on home entertainment is down 5%, Blu-ray disc spending is up more than 10%. DEG says this is especially notable due to the fact that last year's numbers were so highly skewed with the unbelievable success of Avatar, which in the second quarter of 2010 alone sold more than 12 million discs. According to DEG, quote, while Avatar's phenomenal success a year ago makes for tough comparisons, the underlying numbers in the latest quarter showed encouraging signs, end quote. Included in the encouraging signs were Higher margin products like Blu-ray, electronic sell-through, and video on demand are all in growth modes, up 10%, 4%, and 4% respectively. In total, digital transactions were up more than 5% over a year earlier. With many Blu-ray players now affordably priced under $100 and built for versatility, more homes than ever are ready for Blu-ray playback. In the second quarter, the number of Blu-ray homes grew 16% over 2010, bringing total household penetration of Blu-ray compatible devices to 31.6 million homes, with, quote, the enormous slate of theatrical blockbusters, end quote, coming to home entertainment in the third and fourth quarter, including Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, The Hangover Part 2, and Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, quote, the industry is extremely optimistic about the second half of the year, end quote. That's your Petra 5 and 5. Have a great week, and we'll catch up with you next time for more hot industry news.